All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're tackling something that literally holds almost all of us back at some point. I'm talking about overcoming self doubt. We're going to dive deep into Cameron Bailey's definitive roadmap for spotting and actually conquering the barriers to your true potential. Because studies suggest that over 70% of people experience imposter syndrome. 70%. So if you're feeling it, you absolutely are not alone. And today, well, we're going to learn how to fix it. This is the core of what we're tackling today with Cameron Bailey's book, Overcoming Self-Doubt. If you've ever battled imposter syndrome, that heavy fear of failure, or just that nagging negative self-talk that whispers you aren't quite ready to go after what you really want, listen to me. It's a completely universal human experience. It's the exact thing that stops brilliant people from starting businesses or asking for promotions or just speaking their minds. But the best part? We've got a concrete, actionable plan to beat it right here. So here's our game plan for today. 1. The confidence blocks. 2. Overcoming your barriers. 3. Maintaining and bouncing back. And 4. Cultivating inner confidence. Let's get to it. Section 1. The confidence blocks. The crucial thing Bailey points out here is that self-doubt isn't just some vague, dark cloud. It's actually built from very specific barriers. And we can basically split those barriers into two main camps. On one hand, you've got external blocks. Think about societal pressures, the sting of a past rejection, or the ultimate trap we all fall into, scrolling through someone else's perfectly filtered social media highlight reel and feeling like you're somehow falling behind. Then, on the flip side, we have internal blocks. These are super sneaky. They're the quiet beliefs running in the background, like the voice of perfectionism demanding absolutely zero flaws before you even start, or that paralyzing fear of failure that just stops you in your tracks. So, that leads us to the million-dollar question. How do you actually identify your specific blocks? Because let's face it, you can't fix a problem you can't see. If you don't know exactly what's triggering your self-sabotage, you're just going to stay stuck in that same frustrating loop. We have to drag these deeply ingrained beliefs out into the light. To do that, the text lays out a super practical 3-step approach. First up, take a self-assessment. You want to look for objective patterns where your confidence reliably takes a nosedive. Second, keep a thought journal. This is huge. Start tracking your negative self-talk. If you catch yourself thinking, I always mess this up, write it down immediately. Ask yourself what happened right before that thought popped into your head. And third, monitor your emotional triggers. Pay really close attention to what exactly spikes your anxiety. Is it a meeting with a specific manager? Staring at a blank document? By tracking these, you're basically mapping out your own personal minefield so you can safely walk right through it. Moving on to Section 2, Overcoming Your Barriers. Now that we've found the pain points, let's see how this all builds into a real, actionable plan to take your potential back. All right, here is your rapid-fire action plan. First, you absolutely have to challenge those negative thoughts by demanding cold, hard evidence. Next time you panic, ask yourself, is this fear an actual fact or am I just making a catastrophic assumption? Second, focus strictly on your strengths. Find ways to use what you're naturally good at every single day. Third, set realistic, specific, and measurable goals. Don't just say, I want to be more confident. Say, I am going to speak up exactly once in today's 10 a.m. meeting. See the difference? Fourth, start taking calculated risks to stretch out that comfort zone. And finally, practice daily positive self-talk. Thanks to neuroplasticity, every time you swap out that inner critic for a positive affirmation, you are literally physically rewiring your brain to be more confident. If you find this analysis valuable, please like and subscribe to Knowledge Lighthouse to help us bring more truths to light. Section 3, Maintaining and Bouncing Back. It is so important to remember that building confidence is definitely not a straight line. You don't just fix self-doubt once and for all. You have to actively maintain it. Just listen to this fantastic quote from the book, "Failure is a natural part of life, and it is essential to embrace it if you want to continue to challenge yourself." Really think about that. When you hit a roadblock, intense self-compassion is your absolute best friend. Celebrate those tiny wins and actively reframe your mistakes as nothing more than data points for learning. Remember, a failure is just an event. It is absolutely not a definition of your worth. So let's look at how this totally normal, nonlinear journey actually plays out. Imagine you take a risk and try something brand new on day 1. By week 2, boom, you might experience a setback or even completely fail. And yeah, it stings. But here is the magic part. By week 3, you sit down and analyze what went wrong, but without the self-blame. Then, by month 1, you've used that new knowledge to grow. You are smarter, tougher, and actually more confident specifically because you survived that failure. Section 4, cultivating inner confidence. Because ultimately, the goal of this explainer isn't just to help you survive a rough week. It's about guiding you to true inner confidence, a deep, unshakable belief in yourself that doesn't need anyone else's validation. And making the shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is the skeleton key here. A fixed mindset lies to you. It tells you your abilities are locked in, like you were just born with a terrible at public speaking gene. But a growth mindset, that's the unshakable belief that your abilities are like muscles. You build them through sheer dedication and hard work. This mental shift is a total game changer. It strips away the exhausting pressure to be perfect and gives you the absolute freedom to learn, mess up, and actually improve. So what's the big takeaway here? By weaving these core habits into your everyday life, adopting that growth mindset, treating yourself with the exact same compassion you'd give your best friend, leaning into vulnerability instead of running from it, and surrounding yourself with people who actually lift you up, you cultivate this incredible armor of self-assurance. You're building an internal foundation so deeply rooted that no external setback can even make a dent, empowering you to go after your goals with total clarity. The next time that inner critic tries to tell you you aren't good enough, I want you to ask yourself, is that a real fact, or is it just fear? There is something incredibly powerful about actually holding the answers to that question right in your hands, physically highlighting the text and keeping it on your desk as a daily guide. For the complete deep dive, own the paperback. Get your high-quality paperback edition on Amazon via the link in the description. Add it to your collection today. Please share this video and check the description for more.